Well, the weekend's over, so it's time to chat about it. Got a midget and a Jew, so why don't you sit down and listen to our dope podcast during lunch, dinner, or breakfast. Brad Williams and Adam Ray are here for you any time of the day. So come on and treat yourself right. It's about last night.
How long can you stay in the studio without getting cabin fever?
I don't get cabin fever in the studio.
You don't?
Is this just like your home?
It actually is my home.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the weird part: is we walked up and we saw the house, and we saw this place, and I'm like, oh wow, that's a nice house. And then we went around to the side, we're like, oh shit, that's just the studio.
Oh yeah.
Well, first of all, we couldn't totally tell because there's a couple in this little nook, right?
Yeah.
And so I looked through the window and I saw a big poster that said Jason Derulo. And I was like, I mean, I think that's his house, but that could be a super fan that lives across the street. Coincidentally.
Nah, it's a whole compound. So once you come in the gate, it's all part of it.
It's incredible.
Thanks, man.
How long you been here?
Year and a half, man. So it's been a process because I had to gut everything out. Like this place was built in the 1920s, so it was like pink floors, blue walls, like pastels, like just crazy. But I had this vision, man, of this incredible facility.
Now, are you one of these guys that? Because I know, like, Kanye talks about how he's in control of everything, like in terms of how his house looks, the fashion, like everything. Is that how you are? Like you design the house and you had the vision for the whole thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I had visions in my head. Of course, I bring in an interior designer as well, to help out. But I had a definite vision. I mean, for this whole facility, like even upstairs, I wanted it all to be white. I've always wanted my furniture and shit to be white. Because have you ever seen the movie Belly with DMX?
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, so like when they had
watch it every Hanukkah,
the white
actually.
pool table and the white and black paintings.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If you go upstairs, it's like a different kind of version of that shit.
Wow. I mean, now
so it's like literally the dream crib.
Yeah. And shout out to DMX who just had his 15th kid.
No way, really?
Number 15.
Nah.
Yeah, 15. Named him Exodus.
Word?
Yeah, that's your random rapper kid fact of the day. That's I don't know if you know this. Dwarves know all rapper children.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
we just know all of them.
I actually didn't. I knew that.
It's brand new stereotypes.
Have you met a dwarf before meeting Brad tonight? This is your first LP experience?
No, just playing. Of course.
Yeah.
He's like, hello.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure in this house you have a dwarf room. You used to have a room where people walk in. There's just dwarves just playing or making something.
I'm not gonna go there with you right now.
It's all right. I went there. It's fine.
Because I was gonna make a joke, but I was like, nah.
No,
why are you doing it?
No, you can't. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's a comedy podcast.
It's like, oh, your Jordans were made by Nike. My Jordans were made by midgets, motherfucker. Like, you don't have that. Birdman doesn't have that. Birdman doesn't have a midget room. I've looked. He does not have a midget room.
Now you said you've been here a year and a half. Is that in LA or just in this house?
Just in this house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been in LA. You grew up in Miramar, Florida, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you came out here.
I came out here about 7 years ago, like right before I got on. So I came out here to pursue songwriting.
Yeah.
Because I got signed as a songwriter first.
Yeah, and for Cash Money or
not signed to them, but I was doing a lot of songwriting for them. Yeah.
That's a dream of so many people. So how do they get a hold of your lyrics? How do they like you? How do you start writing for these guys?
Man, it was kind of a mess, man. I mean, when you're trying to get on, bro, it's just anything goes. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I was just writing songs for myself, and producers don't necessarily want to work with an unknown artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of finagle my way in. So I was like, yo, how about we write a song for this person? And then slowly the doors started opening. They're like, all right, cool, let's write it. But in actuality, I was just going to take them damn songs and put it on my demo.
Dude.
But oddly enough, those songs started to get placed with different artists, man. So like I started to build a following from the songwriting perspective, and then, you know, one thing led to another. And
Who are some of the people you reach out to try to collaborate with?
I mean, I've written for all kinds of people before I got on. Birdman, Lil Wayne, Pitt, Sean Kingston, Ayez.
I think Diddy too, right?
Mm-hmm, Diddy, Cassie, Megan Trainor's new single, "Me Too." I wrote that one.
No shit.
Oh, kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and is that
Co-wrote that
something? Is that something that you want to do throughout your career, even as a solo artist? Because I mean, like Prince just kept writing songs for people. Like he never stopped putting out content. Is that something you envision yourself doing?
You know, I mean, songwriting is a blessing, man. And if you're able to do that, then I mean, the sky's the limit, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be old as dirt, still writing songs. I mean, that's the gift that keeps on giving, man. So yeah, I think that's one of my greatest gifts, honestly.
We heard the song you did. I think you said it was like your first song you ever wrote. I think you were telling it on Michael and Kelly.
Oh, you're like,
yeah, I watch that show. All right, I get up early, work out, and I watch Michael and Kelly. Fucking quit judging me, Jay. But he was asking you like what your first song was, and it was called Crush, right?
Yeah, Crush on You. Yep.
Dude, and then you sang it, and I was like, man, like, fuck this guy. Even in 6th grade, his love song was perfect.
Yeah, I'm like,
pitch,
that could be a hit today.
It was beautiful, dude.
Like, you put a dope beat behind that.
Oh no!
Like I think I just took the melody of Hot Cross Buns in like 7th grade and was like changed it to like I wanna finger you on the bus, and she was like okay. But yours was like sweet and sentimental, so I guess.
Damn, that brought back memories. Fingering on the bus. Wow, I remember those days.
Hey, we can co-write that if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
I
like,
think that one a lot of people can relate to. You know what I'm
dude,
saying?
so many people could relate to.
Are
it.
you kidding me?
Well, because
I can't tell you
where else are you gonna do it? You don't have
It's
a
movie
house.
theater or bus. I can't tell you how many comedian friends of mine when we've had like conversations about this, where it was like first place that you got any sort of play, and somebody was. We were talking about it last night actually.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, he's like, yeah, I did it. It was in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but I was simultaneously like grabbing one boob, and I was like, so you weren't even looking at her? And I was like, dude, that's like the creepiest to be like fingering a girl and not even making eye contact.
No,
like,
just looking straight ahead.
Nah, I don't know if you can
Watching
make
Toy
eye
Story?
contact when you're on the bus.
Yeah.
He's sitting by the window.
gotta be
and you're in the aisle.
inconspicuous.
You kind of gotta place the fingers there. I wish y'all could see me right now. I'm acting it out. You kind of gotta place the fingers there and act like nothing's going on. And if you add a whistle, you're lit.
Yeah, people know. They're like, why is Jay whistling on the bus?
Yeah,
he never
exactly.
whistles. He only whistles in the private of his own home.
Yeah.
Even if you hit a bump on that bus, you are.
Oh,
that's dangerous.
Ooh. The pose you just hit, I would describe as guy in the bowling alley trying to dry his hand, like that. Like, it's just,
But his eyes on the prize. He's thinking about his next
exactly.
roll.
Just focus straight forward on the lane.
Which
Same family.
Yeah. Wait, so when you do write, I guess any song, but more specifically like a love song, like is there? Do you is it lyrics first or melody first or?
It happens different every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I kind of just let her rip, man. Whatever's on my mind at that particular time.
Like trumpets, for example.
Kind of go. Trumpets. Man, like that beat was just something totally different. It was left field, and John Bellion, it was like his first placement. I actually went to like this dorm room like facility, and literally he was like, "Yo, I don't think you want to come to the studio." I was like, "Nah, it's all good." He was like, "No, the studio's actually." It's actually my room. It's just my room. I was like, hey, I don't care, man. It's all good. So I literally went over there, and it was like a bed, and then there was like a mic, and it was like his like laptop computer. And I was
No
like,
kid.
yeah.
That's not normal, right?
I mean,
It's guerrilla style. I guess.
yeah,
you record where you're gonna
it's
record.
guerrilla style, but I'm so chill, bro. I mean, I don't care, man. I mean, I'm all about the music, man. So he had something that was left field and different. So yeah, we started with that track first, and then just kind of went off that, and whatever was on my mind at that particular time is what always comes out.
Yeah.
What was on your mind when you for the new song that you just released from your
Kiss the
new
Sky?
Yeah, dude.
Greatest Hits
The
album?
video's incredible.
Oh, I appreciate
Oh my
that,
god!
man.
Dude. There was one dance move when it was you and the two other guys at the front of the hotel. Your arms were on each other, and then you like slid out from between them. And I look at Brad. I was like, God damn it, man! Like, just once I want to be able to pull that off. Like, we're gonna need to get one other guy and go to a club and
just do
memorize
that.
those moves.
Yeah.
Just to, like, that was
Yeah,
sick, dude.
and you actually made the Hawaiian shirt look cool.
Yeah,
How
I'm
the
a
fuck
big.
did you do that?
I'm
It's
a
like
big
you and
Hawaiian shirt guy. So I
it's
was fucking super pumped.
Yeah,
Right.
you
I
and
was like,
Gabriel
what's-
Iglesias. You guys are the only ones with Hawaiian shirts, making them like just rocking them.
But I wanted to have a tropical vibe, so I wanted it to be authentic. I didn't want it to be about fashion or like being a star at all. It was just about playing this character.
Yeah, and it's a fun song.
I appreciate it, man.
It's happy. Like
Yeah,
you like
super. Yeah,
It's a good it's a good summer hit. Like it's just it's very it's
a feel good
really
anthem.
positive.
Yeah,
Yeah, so and that's what I wanted to do, man. Create something that was like super positive that people could just feel uplifted when they're listening to it at the same time they jamming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was really inspired by James Brown.
he's one of your big influences.
Yeah, for sure. So for that one, I just wanted to bring the funk at the same time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And there's a guy that in terms of dance moves. My
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I think your hits sort of overshadow the fact that you are an incredible dancer.
You're all right.
Thank
You're
you.
all right.
I mean,
yeah. No, you're fucking. It's unbelievable.
I don't know. I could do a pretty good version of Gangnam Style, but I mean, not bad.
70,000 hits on YouTube.
70,000?
This motherfucker, we're hanging out in Fullerton, where he's from. We're doing stand up that night. We go back to his place, and we're just hanging out. And this is one of the things too about being best friends with a little person. There's a lot of things you discover on a daily basis that you didn't know.
Word.
I didn't know he could fucking dance, and all of a sudden the Gangnam Style song comes on, and he just starts busting out like this choreographed dance, and I go, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like 8 tequilas deep and a couple blunts, and I go, wait a minute. I go, do you have a routine memorized of this? And he goes, maybe. I go,
shit.
restart the song, give me my phone. And dude, I'll send you the link tonight. It's unbelievable.
Shit, that's dope,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so just saying, like Missy Elliott had that one girl in the video, like in case you need like a white midget to just like
He
throw
made
it
it.
up a little different.
You know what? I think I want to put you on my music. Can I put you on my Musically tonight?
Hell yeah!
All right, we lit.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
let's
dude.
do it.
Absolutely.
1,000%.
Tonight.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean that'll be my response for when those guys try to hand me their CDs on Hollywood and Highland. What they do?
What you gonna tell them?
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, you know what? No good. I just recorded with Jason the other night, and
I'm all set, man.
I'm all set.
I'm tapped out.
I'm all set for my hip hop.
Wait, so you have like a musical theater background?
Yeah.
So is that where like the dancing and performing comes from?
I mean, it all plays a part in it, man. I mean, I was just an arts kid altogether, man. I studied all kinds of dance. I studied all kinds of acting, all kinds of music. It just kind of was one of
They
those
all feed
things.
each other.
Yeah, because like I heard you do an interview where you said you can tap dance too.
Yeah.
Dude, like I don't think there's that many R&B singers that can tap dance. I think that how
Gregory Hines didn't really have the R&B on lockdown, did he?
how have you not done that in the video yet?
You know what? I want to figure out a cool way to implement it, man. Because I mean, tap is one of the dying arts, man.
Yeah.
That I think is
And it's incredible.
unbelievable, bro. So yeah, I want to figure out a fly way to like bring it back.
Where would you find a home for tap? Like when you were doing it, just like in the subways, like some of those guys do, or
Nah.
Just straight to
nah, man, I was fine on that.
But I did do the busking thing for a second.
You did?
when I lived in New York. Yeah, I was broke as hell
No shit.
when I was in school, man. So yeah, I did the.
Were you going to
busking
school in
thing.
New York?
Yeah, I was
Music
going-
school?
Yeah, college. Yeah.
Where at?
The American Musical and Dramatic Academy. So I
Nice.
was in school for musical theater. But I used to like buy like 5 bananas a day because they were $0.25 each, and I was
kidding.
eating like bananas all the time. Bananas and noodles.
Wow.
Is that how you look like Jason Derulo?
Sometimes you put bananas in the noodles
Wow.
if you wanted a little
I
change. of pace.
mean,
You know what
If
I'm
you're
saying?
really high, yeah, dude, that's incredible.
I mean, if Cup of Noodles ever releases a Jason Derulo flavor,
oh my
it
god,
might-
banana flavored
it might have to be
bruh.
banana flavored.
Deroodles.
Jason
Yeah, dude.
Derulo.
Jason Deroodles.
I like it.
I want 20%.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good
wait,
Jew.
so you would? That's a good Jew. Fuck off, man. So when you guys, so you would go like out on the street in New York and no, not tap,
Sing,
but
just
sing,
Yeah, sing with a couple of guys.
like acapella.
Yeah, acapella, yeah.
So
insane.
would you be one of those guys like people were just trying to ride the subway and you're like, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
we just want to do a quick performance for you." Like, did you do stuff like that?
I didn't speak. I just sang.
You just sang. You just let the pipes do the talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a rough time. At that same time in my life, I didn't have money for a gym, so I actually used to pass out flyers for Equinox, and they would give me a free membership if I just passed out 150 flyers. The problem was nobody would pick up the fucking flyers.
Yeah.
Have you ever picked up a flyer when somebody's handing you one?
No, man.
Yeah, I pick them up every time. Now,
Just because you can relate, you're like, oh man, this guy's
you gotta stand there until everybody takes the motherfuckers.
Right.
So yeah, man. So I got the membership, and now I actually do work with Equinox, man.
Do you really?
From a different perspective.
Oh,
That's
come full
incredible.
circle.
It's crazy, man.
How often do you think back to those times of just, I mean, like now you're, I mean, dude, I mean, seeing these like 4-time platinum things on the wall, do you, I mean, it seems like you have them well placed to where you're always walking by them to get, like I used to play Wolverine at Universal Studios Hollywood before I fucking started doing stand up and like, you know, acting stuff started to get going. And I have like a picture of me in the Wolverine suit, like not too far from like one of my rooms so that I can every now and then be like, don't fucking go back there, man.
Word
like don't
up.
have to. So it feels like this stuff is kind of like,
Nah, it wasn't strategically placed like
Okay.
that. It's more like a studio formality.
yeah.
Like you just supposed to put plaques up and shit.
Yeah.
I wish they weren't all mine. You know what
Really?
I'm saying? I wish they were like more of other people.
I can give you my greatest hustle award from 5th grade. Or one of my Cub Scout patches when I learned how to tie it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like as like my artists and stuff get plaques and stuff, I'm gonna put their plaques. But like I'll put like some of the songs that I wrote,
Yeah.
some of those
Yeah.
plaques up and stuff. So it's not just all me everywhere. But for now,
Yeah.
they fill the walls.
How was doing the thing you just did on the Late Late Show with James Corden? The
Toddlerography?
Movie, man.
Toddlerography?
Oh, y'all seen that?
Dude, that was one, dude. Corden, yeah, but that was perfect, dude. And you were like the perfect guy to do that because it's like you have to have somebody next to Corden who actually is agile and can move,
Right.
And make like some of the moves the kids would improvise like actually seem like legit exercises. Like there was one where a kid rolled over on his back and I think just like started scissoring the air. But like when you did it, I was like, yeah, man, that's a fucking
That's
Tybo
a
move. I think.
That would throw it down in the club, man.
Man, that shit was hilarious, man. It was a lot of fun. The first kid that came up, like didn't move, like froze. I was like, oh, I don't think James thought this through. The first kid was just like,
Just standing
he
around.
started crying. I was
Oh
like,
no.
this was a bad idea. I mean, social workers, somebody's just gonna get us. This is not good. Turn your phones off.
Yeah.
Turn your phone
Now,
off.
is that something you want to kind of get into? You want to, because like you got a really dynamic personality. Like, do you want to do more comedy type stuff? If like whether it be acting or whether it be like you
I do, man. I do want to do more acting stuff and dive into that world. But it's just finding the right time and
Sure.
and the right outlets. I'm actually in the process of writing an animation.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah, which is like the funnest shit on the planet.
It's the best, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I got into voiceover. Was like eventually voice a cartoon, and when it finally happened, it was like, dude, I don't even
Really?
care about anything else. Like, it's the best, man.
Man, that's dope.
So
bro.
you're creating the show?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
So it's a musical. So it's a
Oh yeah.
it's a musical animation, and it's been a while since we had one of them. I mean, Frozen probably was the last one, but
Yeah.
other than that, there's not very many musical animations. So I wanted to bring one to the table that had music that kind of fit with the times. More,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
okay?
saying?
So
Like-
yeah, it's like a little updated, not so much of the classic Disney kind of stuff, but
right,
Or even
so
like Family Guy is so like old bandstand with like the music, you know?
oh, yeah, because Seth MacFarlane likes
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so like more stuff that you would hear on the radio.
That's so
rather-
wow.
rather than the classic musicals.
What gave you that idea?
I just like doing shit that other people aren't doing.
Yeah, I mean, hell, you, the video we talked about, you released it on Instagram,
Yeah,
and you're the first person ever to do that, I think.
for sure. And I'm a huge fan of musicals in general. So I was like, why not do an animation, man? So yeah, I just started it.
What's your favorite musical of all time?
Favorite musical of all time? I gotta say, it was Ragtime.
Yeah.
Ragtime, a classic.
Y'all know that one?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude. Yeah,
Dude, I quit
we're-
football my sophomore year of high school to play Danny Zuko in Grease. That's what
Oh,
fucking
word.
tapped into
Yeah,
musicals.
I was in a ton of musicals when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so I mean, not saying I could also. I was in 42nd Street, so I can also tap dance.
Word?
So if you want to flap heel,
snap.
brush heel, toe heel. If you want to do that, We can throw down, Jason. I'm just saying.
Man, I'm shocked right now. That's dope.
Don't let the fedora fool you.
We got. Oh, that's everything in that world as well. That fedora makes it all.
Yeah.
I'm shocked right now, man.
You don't even know. All right.
You don't even know.
I can't do a wings yet, but I'll get there.
Are you still practicing?
Hell yeah, still practicing because every now and then someone will start like breakdancing in the club, and then like the circle will form around me, and then I'll go, okay, well I can't just do what that guy did, but hell, I can shuffle off to Buffalo and blow his motherfucking mind.
So you bust out the tap moves?
Oh, I can do tap.
But do you realize that no one can hear your feet in the club?
You know what?
Did you think that?
I never thought about that.
Yeah, Brad. Where's the logic on this one?
You know what? That's probably why you're living in the mansion and I'm still in an apartment in Hollywood. Is that you thought this through? But yeah, totally understandable.
Yeah, next time, you know what I'm saying? You say, cut the music off.
Yeah. I got this.
And then when you say that, they're not going to hear that either.
No, yeah, they won't. Damn it.
You got to know the DJ.
He's so smart.
So I come up with the idea and shut my own idea down.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. What a smart business.
I mean, and now when you're good, like, because your dance background, so like when you're on a show, like, so you think you can dance, and you're judging other people's dance moves, like, is it hard to be critical of them because you know where they were and like how like this is their dream and how they're coming up? Like, is it hard to tell someone like that one just wasn't good?
You needed more shimmy. Like,
nah, it's not hard because I mean it's not going to help them if they're tapping and the music is super loud and they don't have taps on.
Listen,
boy, it's not gonna let that die, Brad.
Enough about me, man. Move on, Jason.
It's not gonna help them.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, like you want to be just super truthful, bro, and then maybe they'll like figure out that dancing is not for them.
Yeah.
And they can move on with their lives, or they can figure out the correct route to make them better, man. So it's line that somebody's never gonna help them out.
Yeah. Do you have anybody like I know Stevie Wonder is a big deal for you? Yeah,
For sure.
Is he kind of like who's like maybe that inspired you most to just or that you loved as a kid that got
who's
you
on
so,
your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah,
MJ for sure, man.
Yeah.
He was the biggest inspiration. He's the whole reason I started singing and dancing in the first place.
no shit.
Yeah.
Was it any particular video?
It was actually a live performance that I was watching on television.
Oh, really?
I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I was like, "Mom, I want to be just like him."
Oh man.
My mom was like, "Yeah." Sure, baby.
Let's get DERULOs made first, and then
We'll get to that.
was there a song an MJ? I mean, yeah, like I'm sure every kid tried to like
Yeah,
moonwalk
man.
at some point.
Absolutely.
I tried to do the lean from Smooth Criminal, and I could never pull that off. Like I just kept falling.
Now, if you pull that off in the club, that's when you really made it, bro.
Yeah, make way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you do. I think it was at the Apollo. You did a cover of. Was it Beat It or no? It was. I'm sure you've done
when
a
I was
bunch.
performing at the Apollo.
It was a video at the Apollo from like 2006, I think.
Well, that's when
doing
I think you won Showtime at the Apollo, right?
Maybe it was more recent or 2010.
I don't know.
You've probably done a bunch of MJ.
I did cover Beat It a lot.
Yeah.
When I was a lot younger. Yeah, that was one. Definitely one of the faves for sure, man.
Yeah.
That's got. I mean, that's probably a little pressure when you're trying to emulate MJ, right? But then also people just want it so bad still when they see somebody that's doing it like really, accurately.
Yeah, I think it's important to like pay homage, man, to those who came before us and those who inspired us. You know, especially.
Yeah, I mean, and you got Stevie on your album.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah, how'd that go down?
How does that even happen?
Yeah, I was
Send him a Facebook message. You up?
Nah, I was actually at the White House and we got to talking when we were.
Wait, go back. Why at the White House? You're at the White House. You can't just glance over.
Yeah, what's
that.
wrong with Quiznos? You need a bigger backdrop. That's insane.
Why were you at the White House?
They were having a dinner.
Uh-huh.
And I guess they had just invited certain people in.
That's amazing.
And so we were just like got to chatting, and I was like, "Yo, why don't I just ask him if he wanted to, be a part of the album?" I was like, "Stevie, I got this song, man. Would you want to play the harmonica on it? There's already harmonica on it, but I would love it if you could just like replay it." And he was like, yeah, man, of course, your family.
What?
And then, yeah, man, we went to the studio and he actually sang on the song too. It's called Broke. It actually features Stevie and Keith Urban on the ukulele.
Wow. Wow, that Keith Urban on the ukulele was Stevie Wonder. That's like a weird NyQuil dream. But it's pretty damn cool.
Do you have to pull back when you're with Stevie in the studio as far as like taking the reins on things, or you're in your element when you're there, so you don't feel trepidatious to speak up and be like, yo, Stevie, try this?
Yeah, I didn't want to be like too, you know what I'm saying?
Overstep your boundary.
Yeah, too demanding. But there was one point where, like it needed this. The note needed to do something different.
Yeah.
Then I was like, well, how do I ask?
Stevie Wonder.
Play it different. I was like, Stevie, you think you could try it like this? He was like, yeah, man, of course.
Oh man.
And that's what this whole thing, man. Like the biggest people, the legends, like the people that you would expect to have an ego, man, are so far from that. And that's why they've accomplished the things that they've accomplished, because you can't have a big head and still want to strive for more. When you have a big head, you think you've made it, you think you have everything, so there's nothing else to strive for. But when you're constantly hungry and you're constantly trying to like one up yourself, that's when you do something legendary.
Yeah, and you said the song he was on was called Broke.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a song like kind of sort of a Mo Money More Problems kind of theme to it, right? Like is there? I think the song you were kind of singing about, there are certain times where you wish you were back in those times when you didn't have money. Like what times are those? What times do you wish you were sort of back there?
Say, why the hell would you wish you were broke?
Yeah.
Just to get some inspiration? Like, what do you...
That was a nice way of saying, what the hell is wrong with you?
Well, I mean,
actually, I think we started to say it like we when we interviewed Dan Cook at one point, and he was talking about missing the times when he was like coming up still and like trying to, and once he like got to a place where he kind of like had, quote unquote made it, and then like started to get some haters and whatnot. He was like, I kind of missed the time when I was the new guy and trying to like, when I would get on stage and try to like, I still had to prove myself, So I mean,
for me, it's less of that and more of like issues with money and like family feuds and like things like that, man.
Yeah.
Like when things change for you, like people automatically say you've changed when it's everybody else around that changes actually.
Right.
I'm still the same OG.
Yeah.
Miramar.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like everything around you really kind of changes and people treat you different.
What was the first thing that happened that made you go, oh, things are kind of taking a turn for the better? I mean, career-wise, just life-wise.
Is it one girls song or? Started throwing themselves at me. It's a hard life.
I mean,
your diary.
Well,
today I don't know had to sign 9 titties instead of 5. It's getting crazy.
I don't know if that was the voice. I don't know if that was the 16 pack that you got on your damn chest.
16.
Not that I counted. All right, maybe I did, but yeah. Now, did you have like a first big purchase when you started getting a little money?
Well, I got signed as a songwriter first, which was cool. So I bought a car. It was a SC430 Lexus, but it was cool for what it was at the time. But like I've always been into more houses, like into more real estate kind of things.
Yeah, I can tell by the property that we're in right now, where it might take me a day and a half and a Sherpa to get from one side to the other. So I would need like a guide or something.
You could ride my dog.
Just curious, what
kind of dog?
What kind of dog are we talking about?
Pitbull.
Oh, Pitbull. Oh, man.
Blue nose. He's
Dude,
cool.
like a dwarf army on pit bulls.
That's coming.
Yeah. I mean, that
could be ISIS's kryptonite. We don't even know.
Yeah, that's how we're taking over. That's how.
I got a saddle, oddly enough, for him too. So
shit!
You have a saddle for your pit bull?
Nah, I'm just fooling.
Okay. I don't know.
I was like, Brad, we might have to get you new headshots tonight.
Maybe that's what R&B singers and rappers do. I don't know.
They buy saddles just in case a dwarf comes over.
Man, I missed that MTV Cribs episode where they're like, "Yo, man, this is my platinum saddle I got from my pit bull. It's got diamonds in it.
Oh my god!
It's got my initials and my mom, so I stay humble." I'm like, it's a diamond studded pit bull saddle. I don't know about staying humble, man.
You did say though, like girls come out. I mean, were there people that came out of the woodwork from like, I don't know, elementary school or high school? I mean, everybody in this business experiences that on some level when you get, in the public eye.
Yeah,
or anybody even that you. Well, go ahead.
Everybody kind of thinks like they're the reason why you made it.
Yeah.
So my response is always like, "Oh, cool. How about you make another one?"
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, if you're the reason,
you're the reason.
You just start churning out a factory of singers.
Of Jason Derulo's.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that they do want to take. I had a PE teacher in the 8th grade, and when I first did stand up on TV, he called me up and was like, if I didn't teach you how to shoot free throws in the 8th grade, I don't even. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I put you on that path of like working hard and dedicating yourself, spin the ball backwards. I was like, all I remember about you, Mr. Tane, is that your breath smelled like diarrhea and that you always spoke 2 inches from our face.
Oh,
but he was like, he's like, it's good to see you. Like, I'm glad I could be there. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess it was cool to have you, but like,
because I was a complete delinquent, and then I shot one free throw, and it's like, maybe I should change. That's nuts. Yeah.
What about anybody who's that you've looked up to, like I guess Stevie or Meeting the President, like that you were like, oh, that's incredible. These people now love my work.
I mean, I think it's always amazing, man, to meet people who are like mutual fans, like when you're a fan of a fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get that all the time, man. I mean, like Elton John and Stevie and the Obamas. I mean, all of those people, man. J-Lo. I mean, you go down the list. It's always pretty incredible to experience that, man. When somebody tells you they're a fan of yours, you know what I'm saying? It's always crazy.
We'll wrap this up. Yeah, like 3-4 more minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and especially because you're in like a studio, you're kind of isolated. You're not really. And then all of a sudden,
I'm not here all the time.
Yeah, he has this.
They don't lock me in this motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Dude, I met you on Extra. Had you done? That was dope, by the way. Did you have a good time?
Oh man, it was loose. I loved it.
That was. I mean, did you know? Kind of. They only told me like moments before. They were like, it's like a What Women Want segment. We're gonna ask you, Jason Derulo, and what's homeboy's name from The Bachelor? Oh, yeah, exactly. But he had the swagger of a guy who's been inside a lot of people he didn't know the names of. Because he sat down on that stool just being like, oh, dude, which was so like open door for me to like dog on. Oh my God,
you went super ham on Brad.
Well, I mean, it's kind of easy to do with the reality show people.
I tried to give him benefit of the doubt though, because I was like, this guy like. But then when he started trying to make jokes, I'm like, now you're in my arena, dude, and you're like backing up what you're saying like it's legit. And then you start laughing, so then I had an audience. I was like, well, now I'm performing for Jason Derulo, and I'm just gonna rip this guy from The Bachelor.
Oh my God, this shit was hilarious, man. I had the best time, man. I was crying. I was literally crying, laughing. That didn't air yet, right?
No, I think next week.
Yeah, I gotta watch that shit.
Do you get asked to do like things like that where they were like, because the questions were all about like, what's like from a male perspective, like what's too crazy for a girl, or what's and then we have to give the male.
Nah, I don't. You know what? Like interviews like that don't happen very often, where it's like more crazy, more free.
Yeah,
I mean, because more in like corporate or family settings, you can't really talk about certain shit.
Yeah. They kind of come in. They just kind of have the script of the
So I mean, you get to know a person more in settings like this. Something like where you could just say whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I honestly feel like I even talk different.
Well, you're a little more relaxed.
Yeah. I'm literally got my feet up.
You're
arm behind my head.
Yeah.
All I'm missing is
well, a nice bowl of DERULOs. I know where you're going.
Exactly. That's
keeping it clean.
Bananas and noodles.
Done.
Coming soon.
And then I did want to touch on one thing that
wait. You can't touch Ice G. You can ride him, but you can't. My dog.
Oh.
It's one thing. Wait, before we go, just one thing I want to touch on.
It was a joke, Brad. You can actually ride a pit bull. That was an empty gesture.
See, you say joke. I say this is a new transportation option. Hey, so how are you getting to the party? You gonna take an Uber? No, I'm gonna take a pit bull. What? Is that a new ride sharing? No, it's an actual pit bull. Jason Derulo's pit bull, actually.
What were you gonna say?
Oh no, but like you actually broke your back at one point.
Oh yeah,
yeah. My C2 vertebrae. Yeah.
How'd you do that?
I was preparing for my world tour, and I slipped during a back tuck and landed on my head.
No shit.
Yeah, crazy.
Is there like when that happens, when a doctor tells you, "Oh yeah, you broke your back," is there a part of you that goes, like, I dance. This is part of my thing. So was there any part of you that was like, "This"?
But can I tap again?
Like, it was my neck actually, so it was worse. So like it was crazy because it was like a near death experience. So like, being able to dance is one thing, but like being able to just walk, you know what I'm saying?
You forget, you take that stuff for granted for sure, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I literally couldn't take a shower myself. I couldn't put on my own clothes. Fuck. Like, I needed someone there at all times.
So did you like put out a Craigslist ad for women? Like, hey, I need someone to help me shower.
I did. You'd be surprised how expensive it is to get someone to suck your dick and put your shirt on.
You like calling up escorts like, so you want me to do some nasty shit? Actually, no, I just want you to clean me.
Should reach the top shelf for me.
I'll wipe my own ass. I just need you to suck my dick and put my shirt on. What? $1,000?
That's a hell of a combo.
Yeah, to put your shirt on. That's gonna be extra, bro. LA for you.
Yeah, no, everything's pricey. Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure.
This was incredible. JasonDerulo.com, right? That's everything. And you are about to go on tour, yeah?
I'm doing a lot of spot dates right now. Probably touring in the new year.
Okay,
nice.
So everyone look out for that in the Greatest Hits album.
Yep, it's called Platinum Hits. Got 11 of the platinums. One brand new song called Kiss the Sky, and I have when is this coming out?
Monday.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to say that then.
Or we can hold it for a minute if you want to. If there's
Nah, I was just going to like talk about like another new song that's about to drop in September, but it's all right.
All right.
We'll come back and we'll promote it. Okay. Yeah. By that time, the music video for the Dwarf Derulo tap dance music video will be at least outlined by then.
All right,
we'll storyboard it.
All right. Well, Adam's going to drive home. I'm going to take a pit bull. And dude,
Jay, thanks for doing this, man.
Thank you, man.
This is amazing.
Man.
Appreciate it.
So, that's the show. Thanks for tuning in. We had laughs and stories. Now go listen to more episodes on iTunes or your phone. Subscribe and tell your family and everyone you know. But what should I tell them? Well, you can just tell them that Brad Williams and Adam Ray can help you get through the fucking day. Just follow us on Twitter at Funny Brad, and I'm at Adam Ray Comedy. This has been the About Last Night podcast. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's me, Tony Danza. Thanks for listening to the About Last Night podcast with Brad Williams and Adam Ray. Boy, they're a lot of fun, huh? Why don't you subscribe on iTunes to this fucking podcast? Give them a 5-star rating so this midget and this Jew can feel good about themselves for a couple minutes. Also, get on your iPhone or Android and get the podcast app. You can also listen to it on Stitcher or AboutLastNightPodcast.com, where you can hear past episodes with great guests like Lisa Kudrow, Paul Feig, Kevin Nealon, Bob Saget, Dion Cole, Chris D'Elia, Adam Devine, Michael McDonald, Jaleel White, Bud Friedman, Steve-O, Harlan Williams, Tom Arnold, Ron Funches, Rick Glassman, Blake Anderson, Anders Holm, Jessime Peluso, Joey McIntyre, and many, many more. I'm Tony Danza. Thanks for listening to the About Last Night podcast. Good night. That's it, right? You got it? Sweet. Boy, it smells good in that booth, by the way. What kind of candle is that? Hanukkah willow? Nice.